Okay, so I'm here with.
Carla Damron.
All right, Carla. In other interviews, you've said that your work in the social work profession influences your writing, especially the orchid tattoo. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, The Orchid Tattoo, which is the novel that came out last year, is about human trafficking. And the genesis for that novel was I was working with National Association of Social Workers for about 5 years, and I did some advocacy work to get some more progressive anti-human trafficking legislation passed. And in that work, I met survivors and law enforcement and counselors and advocates that taught me so much about how pervasive that crime is, and I found it quite alarming. And so, as a social worker, when you hear these stories over and over and over again, it hurts your soul a little bit. So that's what compelled me to write. When something's really bothering me, I want to write about it. So, and I decided I wanted to write a suspense novel because I wanted it to be something that a lot of people would read and maybe get some education about human trafficking and how it happens. The other way social work influenced that book is my main protagonist is a social worker, Georgia Thayer. She works in a hospital, and she is in every way a social worker. I mean, she is determined and headstrong and gets herself in trouble doing the right thing, and yeah. So if I can honor the field in my writing, it makes me really happy.
How did your transition from a career in social work to a full-time author happen?
Well, I didn't completely transition because I'm still doing social work. I'm working for communities and schools in a small part-time job. But also, if you're a social worker, it's not what you do, it's who you are. So you don't ever really retire. I feel like my social work practice now is my writing for the most part because I always write about social issues and whatever I'm writing. And so I feel like I'm still a practicing social worker. I just sort of have a different avenue for doing that.
Okay, and you've received so many writing awards. What does this Social Work Excellence Award mean to you?
I'm really proud of the awards that the Orchid Tattoo has won, but as a social worker, an award from my people, that means everything. That is just stunning to me. I don't feel like I deserve it. I'm honored beyond belief. I've been kind of lucky because I've been a little bit in the public eye with my latest book, and I've been able to talk a lot about social work. But there are so many social workers that do incredible work that we don't know about, and I wish one of them was winning this award, the quiet ones that are just in the trenches doing this very difficult work, for many, many hours every week, long beyond 40. So I'm proud to win the award, but I'm not sure I deserve it.
And what's your advice for an aspiring social worker?
I would say this is a very wonderful, incredibly challenging career. And so in my work with social work interns, I focus neurotically all the time about self-care because you can burn out. I know so many social workers that have burned out, and I have experienced burnout. So just, make sure you're taking good care of yourself. You're developing the skills that you need to set reasonable expectations for yourself. You're not going to be able to save everybody you want to, but you can't. So accepting what you can do and doing your best to accomplish that. And then cutting yourself some slack and giving yourself a break and going home and nurture yourself so that the next day you can go and be the best social worker you can be. I think that would be a really important thing. The other thing I would say is what I love about social work is that it's so varied. There's so many different things you could do. I did mental health for 33 years, and then I was an advocate at NASW, and now I'm writing and doing supervision. Explore that. There are lots. If one little area of social work doesn't work for you, there are so many other things to explore, and be a professional social worker. That's one of the best things about the field. The other good thing about the field is I don't think robots are going to replace us.
On this homecoming weekend, what does it mean to be a Gamecock?
Being a Gamecock is wonderful and frustrating. This is homecoming weekend, and we're playing Florida, and Florida is an orange team, and I hate all orange teams. So I want very much for Carolina to win. But the other thing I would say is I love basketball and volleyball and baseball and football. But wouldn't it be magnificent if 1/4 of the athletic budget went to social work, went to support professionals that are going to be the ones that take care of people that are unhoused and children and folks with mental illness. Wouldn't that be incredible? I mean, I'm happy that the athletics department does as well as it does, but wouldn't it be nice if there was a little balance with that?